welcome to Blue Cork Winery and Vineyard here in Williamstown, New Jersey, in the outer coastal plain AVA. And today we're going to check out the Blue Cork Winery and see what it's all about. So we are here in the vineyard, or part of the vineyard at least, and over here you can see bud break is starting to happen on the vines. Bud break is happening here. This is Blue Cork Winery, and you can see the vineyard. You look, you see all the buds starting to break. It's a great place. And if we could just turn around real quick and look at their beautiful terrace and area to hang out. You can see everything here. Look at this. Look at this. Is this not beautiful? So you can tell from this beautiful outdoor patio and seating area, they got a fire pit around the stone. You have the owner over there, Angelo, and he's setting up all the umbrellas and getting everything ready. And in the background, you can see the beautiful vines in the vineyards. It's beautiful here. Everything is here. Several tables are reserved already. They have high tops over in the other way, which we'll check out. They have low tops. It's kind of nice. This is really cool at Blue Cork Winery. You can tell they have a private event spot, and they have the pergola in the back, and they have the event space, and they have tents in the back. If you can see them, we could go in. Let's check it out real quick. You get a beautiful scenic view of the vineyard underneath the pergola. Beautiful. So we are here with Angelo Tantaros, and he is the owner of the Blue Cork Winery and Vineyard, and he's going to show us around today. As you can see, we have a lot of cool barrels and things, and we'll just talk about what this cool room is and all about Blue Cork. Let's go.
The owner for Blue Cork Winery. We're here. We're going to try some different wines today. We started and we purchased the land here in 2010. We planted vines in 2013, and we opened the doors in 2019. All our wines we make here is European style. We do all naturally. We don't use any herbicides. We do all natural. We do as natural as we can. We have only French oak bottles. You guys can look right next to us there. They're all full wines. We age our wines between 4 up to 4 years, 3 years minimum. Right over here, we have some clay pots. Clay pots.
Walk over.
Yeah, let's walk. You want to get a glass? Maybe we could try some wine.
Sure.
Over here is some clay pots. That's the original way they used to make wines over 6,000 years ago. Clay pots originated in Italy and Greece. They use them, and still nowadays they use it. Some of the best wines in the world, they came out through clay pots. Allowed to breathe through the clay. You don't have to top them off. You don't have to do anything. You let them settle in there.
Now I have a question. Were these buried in the ground?
That's right. Back in the day in Europe, they do bury them in the ground.
Okay.
Here we don't have to because everything is room temperature control.
Okay.
Like French oak bottles, they came into play 2,000 years ago. This has been around for 6,000 years ago. And now my beautiful wife just walked in, Michelle.
Oh, hi, Michelle. How are you?
She's the owner.
How are you doing? Pleasure to meet you. Steve. ¿Cómo está?
Everything you guys see back here, it came from Italy. All the tanks we have custom made in Italy, they came from Alberizi. Every tank, they have refrigerators on them. It's like they call jackets. You can see it's a double wall, and they have cooling lines running on them. Allows to chill our wines down. That way they drop the PVPs and crystals. That way you don't have the headaches and the hangovers.
So that's like almost like cold stabilization.
It is cold. That's what it does. Cold stabilization.
Okay.
That's why all the tanks have it. Now over here is a plate filter. We do use a plate filter. It's the best way to filter your wines. Using a plate filter that takes all the bacteria out you naked eye never see. Right here we have one of the parastelic pumps. We use parastelic pumps. We don't use any propeller pumps. Parastelic pumps, if you look in it, they have a little hose, and they push the hose and it creates vacuum without the wine getting beat up. All right.
Nice.
We move down this way. We can try some wines. You like reds, whites?
Sure.
What you like?
Whatever you want to try.
We'll try the Cab Sauv down here. This is in 2021.
Now, you don't oak your Cab Sauv?
That's right. Everything will go in the barrels for 4 years. You can see this is 2021. We just took them off the barrels. We put them in the tank. Now we're going to get them, finalize them to get them in the bottle.
Oh, okay. So you take them out of the barrel, put them in a tank.
Yes, and get a filter.
filter them and then put them back in the barrel?
No, we put them in the bottle, the glass.
Bottle, in the
Yes.
bottle. Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. So, and you said they oak for like 2 to 3 years?
We oak between 3 to 4 years.
3
All
to 4
depends.
years. Okay.
Yes. Now this one it was we call free run. This one had never been in the pumps. We took them right from the sediments, from the press. We took them in. We put them in the tanks. We gravity fed them to the barrels, and we let them there for they were in the barrels for 3.5 years. Now we just put them back in the tank. We're gonna get them to finish them up.
That is so smooth.
All our wine sheets are very, very smooth because we don't use any colors, we don't use any additives, we don't use anything, just the grapes.
Yeah, this is really nice.
We never use any tannins. We never put anything in our wines.
So this is, how about sulfites at all?
Sulfites, all wines have sulfites naturally create. We have to keep sulfites because the barrels when they sit there for so long.
Okay, okay.
If you guys look at the barrels we have there, we have 224 barrels. Each one of them, it's a 60 gallons, holds 28 case wine. We tap them off every month because, you know, when any bacteria grow, we go through it. Every month, we climb up there, we top them off. And every 6 months, we empty them out, we put them in the tanks, we take out the barrels, we steam them, and we put the wine back.
Oh, wow.
It's,
so you're racking them.
It's a racket. It's a lot of work.
Yes. Cool.
Now, all our whites that go in the tanks, we cold stabilize them, and we get them ready for the bottling line. We do have our own bottling line here. Okay. We don't do anything, outsource anything. We do everything in-house.
Now you bottle in-house? You have a truck that comes in?
No, we don't have no truck. We have our own bottling line. If you guys walk, we'll go see the bottling line.
Sure. So this is really cool, Angelo. What exactly is all this?
This is a bottling line. We put the barrels right over here where you put the barrels here. And automatically the belt takes them in, puts them in through here. Oh. The wine comes, it fills them up. This machine over here, it puts nitrogen to keep the wine fresh, puts the cork in it, and from there they travel over here. This machine over here puts the capsules. Okay. And it's a double label over here that puts the labels, and you collect them over to the table.
Oh, wow. So this is a bottling. This is
yeah, we don't use no trucks because the wines, when you do with the truck, when you order them, if the wine is not ready, you pay for the truck you're going to bottle. When you have your own bottling line, I know a lot of people don't like to do because it's very big expense. You can bottle the wine when it's ready. You don't have to depend on the truck. You don't have to find somebody else to go with you. Right. You have your own thing. When your thing is ready, you do it. Now, a bottling line came from Italy.
Italy.
Yes. Everything in our winery came from Italy and France, the bottles. Even the pressure washer, the steamers. This is a big steamer over here. This is a low pressure washer. And that's another steamer here. We steam our barrels. Everything came from there because in Europe, they have better quality and equipment. Okay. We love it here. Just the quality is top notch there, especially making wine. Sure. Growing up in Greece, we do have a winery there over 400 years. People still use the same stuff. My brother have it now. My wife's from Italy. Like I said, we go back often and we love it. And this is something to educate people and teach them.
I remember your son did a whole thing on Instagram, all little videos when he was out in Greece.
Yes. My son is now the winemaker. Okay. He's taken over. He just graduated last year, and this week we're releasing his first pet net. We just make a sparkling wine the natural way with the lees. Show you guys a bottle. He's just releasing it this week.
Oh, cool.
It's all him.
Oh, nice. All right. So what do we have here?
This is a pet net. It's my son created the pet net. Hopefully he'll be here soon. You can talk a little bit. The pet net is sparkling wine. That's what started making the sparkling wines. My son, he just graduated last year. He took over the winemaking here with me and out in the vineyard. And that's his first pet net he made.
That's great. And it's a sparkling wine?
That's right.
That's excellent.
Let me see if I can get him.
All right. So we are here with Dimitri, and he's the winemaker here at Blue Cork and part of the Blue Cork family. So we're going to ask him some questions about the vineyard. All right. So my first question, Dimitri, how many acres are under vine here?
Currently, 7 acres are under vine.
7 acres under vine. And how many different varietals do you guys have here?
I believe it's 8 or 9. I believe it's 8.
Eight different varietals? 8. Okay, very cool. And what is your most grown varietal that you say?
I believe Cab Sav is probably the the varietal we have the most of.
Okay.
Cab Sav and Petit Verdot.
Petit Verdot.
So 2 popular ones that we have
Nice.
here.
Yeah, well, we tasted Cab Sav inside,
Yeah.
and we saw that you made a sparkling Petit
Yes.
Verdot.
It's a Pet Nat.
A Pet Nat. I'm sorry.
Pet
Okay,
Nat.
Pet Nat.
Pet Nat is the style of the sparkling that's called.
And it's from the which grape?
I made a blend.
Okay.
So it's a rosé, and I did a blend of a couple that I thought were going to be nice and aromatic and fruitful.
Okay, that's your first label, right?
Yes, my first one.
Very cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So, and everything you guys make and you put in a bottle, everything is estate grown.
Yes, it's all estate grown.
Right? And the other question we had, right? We were talking, do you hand pick or machine pick or
We machine pick.
Mhm.
A couple years ago, we invested in a harvester, and it was probably the best decision we made.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was something we weren't looking to do. It's more we really like the hand picking more. But then the way the economy is, and having trouble finding workers, the harvester it came up, and now we don't regret it. It harvests 6 times quicker than a person can, and if you service your machine right and you learn how to use it properly, you won't do any damage to your vineyard. It does a great job.
That's great. That's great. Now, I'm gonna probably go over this again later, but I noticed there's bushes in front of each of the. You see the bushes in front of every row. You see that? Why do we have bushes in front of the row? Make it look pretty?
Yeah, so those are rose bushes, and one of the big things is it looks nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Commonly you'll see some people they'll have one bush maybe like every 3 to 5 posts. We like them every, just so that it's uniform, and it looks nice. But the main reason is that they help us identify a couple of diseases prior, because what'll happen is they get similar diseases to the grapes,
Okay.
and they will get it roughly a week or 2 before the grapes.
Oh.
And the big disease is powdery mildew, and that's one of the biggest diseases that all New Jersey vineyards and most vineyards in the world struggle with. That's the biggest disease. So if you see it pop up on your rose bushes, I need to really focus on where it's attacking in my vineyard and how I can control it.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So before, Angela was talking about a special label that Dimitri created. And by the time this releases, it'll be out probably that week, hopefully. So let's ask Dimitri, what is this label?
So this is a Pet Nat. The original name is Petulant Naturel. Basically, it's the very first method of sparkling wine. And I chose to do this after I graduated wine school, because I knew it was going to be challenging, and I wanted to test myself. And it was challenging. I did test myself. I made mistakes, but you know, you don't learn unless you make mistakes,
Yes,
right?
right.
And I definitely learned what to do and what not to do. And
That's it.
I've made wine before, but this is something we don't have here at Blue Cork. And I knew I wanted to just get it done. My dad doesn't know how to do it, and I knew how to do it somewhat. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. Let's bring a sparkling to Blue Cork, and I tried it, and it turned out fabulous. It's a nice rosé color, and
What grapes are in that blend?
so I chose. Let's see. I did Traminette, which is one of my favorite grapes.
We
It's a
love Chaminade.
hybrid. And a little bit of Petit Verdot.
Okay.
I did just for a slight bit of tannins and color.
Okay.
It's predominantly Traminette, just because that's one of the grapes I think stands out really well here. And they're just like a beautiful like orange pinkish color. The grapes themselves, and I just love the fruitfulness of it. Essentially, this is going to be part of my own series. Vintner Select is the name of this wine, and each year I do plan on adding something to the Vintner Select series. And this year was a Pet Nat, and I think if this sells good and people love it, Pet Nat will be something that sticks with Blue Cork.
See that?
It's a very lightly carbonated sparkling, all natural. So this bottle has lees, also known as sediment, in the bottle. at the bottom of the bottle, and it's just a completely natural thing. But this will actually make your wine last forever. You know, it can't go bad if it
Right.
has sediment in the bottom.
Okay.
That
Okay.
sediment from fermentation. Now, this is dead yeast cells and things, you know, a byproduct fermentation. So
Sure.
this will last 1,000 years, you know.
So now I have a question about that. We have a Sauvignon Blanc
Mhm.
that we made in my wine group, and there's sediment on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as if I crack open this cap, it'll be only good for so long.
Sure.
If I keep this cap or
That's
cork
right.
in,
Yep.
it'll be good.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's unopened. So great.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about lees. But usually in wineries and, you know, winery settings, customers don't accept lees that much because, you know, it's like pulp, it's sediment, it doesn't
Sure.
look good, right? You want something that's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So most wineries take out lees, and we do that as well. But for this is it's kind of it's a part of a pet nat.
Okay.
If you don't have lees in it, something's not right.
All right.
Um,
Fantastic.
But yeah,
I
it's
like
the pet nat.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
And that is Blue Cork Winery, and we're gonna probably show some little videos and things like that, drinking and tasting and all that great stuff.